Hi, my name is Amanda Rumore. I am a 2012 graduate, PhD in biology from Virginia Tech. I went on the 2011 Global Perspectives trip, and I am currently about to start a job at Randolph College as an assistant professor. Initially, I completed all of the coursework for the future professoriate certificate at Virginia Tech, and that's where I learned about the Global Perspectives program. I did not know a lot about the program when I signed up for it, when I applied. I just knew that it was a way to reinforce everything we had learned in our pedagogy courses, and that it was a way to interact with students in Europe from European universities, which I had not had the opportunity to do before. My expectation was that we were going to be visiting these universities and they would be talking to us and we would be asking them questions, but overall every university was different. Some universities had very intensive talks about how their university system works. Other universities, we just sat down and had a casual discussion with students and faculty, which was nice because every university is actually very different here in Switzerland. They're not all the same as a Research One university in the US. And so it was nice to get that different perspective, and I actually before we started the program, did not know that we would be seeing so many different universities on our trip. One of the most interesting parts was going to the architecture school in Mendrisio, because when we went to that school, it was during their final exam time, where it's practicum, and at that school, all students are architecture students, and we were able to walk through them completing their practicums, running around, doing their projects, giving their presentations. We were able to see them interacting with the faculty. The faculty actually stand up there on the stage with the student and critique them in front of their colleagues, which was something very different than the US. And just that you could feel how these students go through their education in this type of environment was one of the most interesting things to me. The other was going to schools that are similar to Virginia Tech, such as ETH, or University of Zurich, and we got to understand how their coursework and their research as graduate students is similar to ours in some ways, but in other ways they don't have the same experiences that we do as far as doing things like this GPP program. They just do not have pedagogy courses in place, and they might not even have the opportunity to teach as a graduate student. So one part of the GPP program is reinforcing the pedagogy skills that we learned during our coursework as graduate students, and really it was nice to be able to talk about what is our teaching philosophy, why do we want to integrate certain things into our own classrooms, what do we want our students to get out of learning, and this all came about just through discussion with our University of Basel counterparts, and it really helps us as students prepare almost for the interview process, because we are basically interviewing them and they're interviewing us as we're having this discussion and learning about the experiences we've had, the collective experiences as well as our different experiences. For many of us, we're early in our career. We do not know where we're going to be in 5-10 years, but I think for many of us we want to become professors, and we may want to become administrators, and so understanding how other programs work and how other students obtain their degree, what type of courses, the research load, the financial aid, all of this is discussed during this experience, and it just opens our eyes. So it's not something we're going to spend the next 5 to 10 years learning, as our jobs as junior faculty members. It's something we're already prepared to talk about and to integrate with our students. I feel I can prepare my undergraduate students better for the graduate school experience now. I can tell them about my experience, I can tell them what to expect, I can tell them what their career options are if they get a master's degree or a PhD, and this is all stuff that normal graduate students do not have the opportunity to learn about and learn how to teach it to their own students. We keep talking about this being an experience, and I really think it was a chance. The highlight was the chance to escape being a graduate student in a lab all the time, and it was a chance for us to really think about why are we graduate students, why are we here, and what do we want to do with this degree. It was by far the, I think, most integral part of my graduate education was going on this trip, because it really opened my eyes to what I wanted to do when I got back and where I wanted to go in my career. Something that is an honor for me as a student, and I'm sure that it is something that will benefit me for the rest of my career. I would certainly recommend the GPP program to my colleagues, or even in the future starting my own GPP program if I get to the point where I have that ability. It's also something that I've recommended for students who have started in the program I just graduated from, is they would not have known about the pedagogy courses or the GPP program if I did not tell them. So I felt I had to be an ambassador for the program and let them know. And of course, it all sounds like a wonderful experience. So they are all now entering the courses, and hopefully in a few years they'll be on this same trip and have the same experience.